Hello there, welcome to my channel. We are slowly but surely approaching the 23rd of September, which, in case you didn't know, is the day in which there will be 100 days left until the end of the year. And that feels like such a cool concept to me. I think it's such a cool way of turning this random day towards the end of a random month into a new reset point, a day that we can start again and sort of just take a look at what goals I had for the year, take a look at what I wanted to accomplish this year and see how realistic that still is, see what I still want to focus on, see how I want to slot in those things that I still want to focus on, and maybe prune any dead leaves, prune any goals that are no longer serving me, that I may still want to do in the future, but maybe not right now, and just go into the rest of the year with this new optimism and energy and just feeling refreshed and ready to tackle the last 100 days of the year. Now, I've actually been trialing a 12-week year system this year, which I'm not sure if I'm doing it correctly because I'm still very much thinking about in terms of quarters, which I don't think is what you're supposed to do, but it's been working well for me so far. And funnily enough, because I started the system exactly on the 1st of January, but have been then taking weeks in between years to make it line up with the start of the month, but also make sure that I have some time off in between. My current year, which was my third 12-week year this year, that is so confusing, is actually going to end exactly on the 22nd of September, which is really cool. So normally I take 1 week in between and then start the next year a week later. Instead, we're gonna go straight into year number 4 on the 23rd of September with 100 days to go until the year ends. Now, because this lines up so nicely with my 12-week year anyway, I am going to be using my 12-week year template in Notion that I've been following so far this year, and this has evolved a lot since the first year. I've been really sort of figuring out how I like to use the system, and I think I'm actually at a point where I'm quite happy with it. So I've got my cup of Moroccan tea with homegrown Moroccan mint that I've just made myself that I am so excited for. And I've got my template up and we are going to do some brainstorming just to see where this goes. I haven't really planned ahead at all for this, so we're going to be discovering this together. So the first thing I'm going to do is duplicate this so I don't mess up my template. Okay, so as you can see, I have a little section for my actual goals, which is the main thing that I want to do with you now and just sort of think about what we want to do for the next 100 days. And then I've been keeping another section with my monthly goals, which is just a breakdown of these to make them into an actual plan and make sure that I'm prioritizing time for them. And then over here I've got my word of the year, which I've been using for all of 2024 so far because I couldn't be bothered redoing this every 3 months. And that is veracity, which means in moderate eagerness or enthusiasm. And the quote that I've been trying to follow is don't be afraid to be a little bit greedy, which I really like because I feel like I'm not greedy enough with my time and my goals, and I've been wanting to push myself to be more ambitious. I think this year has been a terrible time for this word. It's not been going well. I was very ill in January. I had COVID in January and it took me a really long time to recover from that. And then I got ill again in May and I was ill for a couple of weeks and again took a really long time to be fully myself again. And it's just been like, on top of that, I've moved house. I've had a couple of really aggressive deadlines at work. It's just been a bit of a rough year for me. I feel like a lot of my creative projects have been gone to the sidelines and I've not been really making the time to work on them, but I've also not really had the energy to work on them. And I really want to turn that around for the last 100 days. This is my last chance to really do justice to this word of the year, which I was so happy with when I picked it, and I don't want it to go to waste. So we're gonna actually try and use it this last 100 days, this last 12-week year. So what are we gonna do then? Let's start with writing goals. Now, I didn't actually write down any goals for 2024 because I was trying to focus on this like quarterly goal setting instead, but I really had the hope of doing both book 1 beta reading edits and trying to get book 1 in my project side series as polished as I possibly could. And I was gonna do book 2 revisions and start a fairly quick revisions round, possibly good like halfway through that at least by the end of the year. That was too much. At least it was too much for how the year has gone. I am still working on book 1 beta comments, which is something that I was hoping wouldn't take me more than 3 months. I've been working on it on and off since January. So this year, I absolutely want to finish that. There is no way that I want to carry that over into next year. Finish project side draft 5, and that is my absolute highest priority for the next 100 days. I am really close to finishing this one, and I would honestly be quite upset with myself if I didn't finish it. So this is my number 1 goal for the next 100 days. On top of this though, I have been working on a 6-month writing experiment, and I'm currently on the 3rd month, and I would like to continue that. So I planned that out, so I'll be finishing that in December, so that will hopefully be done by the end of this year as well, assuming I don't give up on it. So, complete 6-month writing experiment. I'm tempted to add another goal into writing, but I know myself well enough that this is already quite a lot, so that's everything that we're gonna add for writing. Next up, I would like to choose a couple of art goals, and this was another one where I didn't write down goals for the year, but I did have some goals in mind. I bought a subscription to Schoolism at the start of the year, and this is a pretty expensive subscription for something that is effectively art classes, like just videos. It's something that I've wanted for a really long time, and this year I decided to be ambitious, be voracious, and actually go for it. But I told myself that this was a trial year, and if I didn't use it enough during the year, I was not allowed to renew it. And I haven't been using it. I've been using it a bit, and I've had some pretty good reasons why I haven't been using it. So I'm not entirely against renewing it next year, but these 100 days are my last chance to prove to myself that I can actually dedicate time to taking art classes regularly. Because if I can't, then there's no point paying this much money every single year to then not use it. So I have 2 goals, actually make that 3 goals I want to put into here. First of all, I'm halfway through an art class that was taken back in May and then put on hold to work on a different project, and I haven't picked it up since. Like, I've actually not touched this art subscription for 3 months, which is a bit embarrassing. I would like to finish the current class that I'm halfway through on, which is the digital painting course by Bobby Q. I was really enjoying it, and I would like to get back to it and actually finish it. I already saw a big improvement from just the first couple of lessons, and I want to see how far I can take this. On top of this, I would like to one more Schoolism course and one Schoolism workout, which are these like shorter art lessons where it's just like a couple of exercises that you're meant to just do in one day. I've never done one of them. They sound really good. I always tend to prioritize the courses instead, so I would like to give this a try. Now, I'm not very happy with the fact that all 3 of my art goals are art lessons, but I also don't want to put too much in here because, as I said, my absolute first priority this next 100 days is going to be finishing draft 5, so I don't want to overwhelm myself with too many art goals. This is so good, oh my god. I think I am gonna add one other art goal because I can't help myself, but I want to finish 3 sketchbook spreads. I started this sketchbook back in January. This is absolutely gorgeous, first of all. It was a gift from my boyfriend's parents, and I love the sketchbook so much. And I finished this in January, so like, would you like to take a guess as to how far along in the sketchbook I am at the minute? It's okay, I'll wait. The answer is that far. You can't even see any thickness. Like, I think I've done 4 pages since January. Yes, I know. And some of those pages are unfinished, which is why I wrote down finish 3 sketchbook spreads, as in finish some of my existing sketchbook spreads / a new one, because I think I've got 2 unfinished ones. Hopefully that's not gonna take very long. I've recently started joining this art club that's once a month. That's just a really fun sort of like going in with your sketchbook and getting a drink. It's at a cafe and then people just all chat to each other while they're sketching. I've been really enjoying that, and I think just taking my sketchbook along for those, if I go to maybe 1 or 2 in the next couple of months, that might be enough to get me to that goal. So I don't think that should be overstretching me too much. I think that should be fine. But not allowed to write any more art goals down. Let's move on to YouTube. I normally aim for 1 or 2 videos a month and usually a total of 15 videos per year. I feel like I'm really behind on that at the minute. I normally don't have a 3-month hiatus at the start of the year and then another 3-month hiatus halfway through the year because I got ill twice. So I don't think 15 videos is gonna be realistic this year. I don't actually know how many I've made though. 1 second. 6. Wow, I thought I'd done more than 6. Oh, where did I get a copyright thing? Let's see. Make X number of videos by the end of the year. So I've got 6 already. This one is gonna be number 7, so like 100 days planning. I've got 2 videos that are already in progress. So I've got my secret project vlog, which is almost done, and I'm hoping to get that out within the next few weeks. I've also got a cozy weekend vlog that I filmed over summer and haven't actually edited yet. So that one's hopefully coming out quite soon as well. So that would be 9 videos. If I then save 1 more new video, that would make it 10. That doesn't feel like enough. But at the same time, I'm trying to prioritize writing and art, so I think that is enough. Let's just say 1 new video and make 10 number of videos. Make 10 videos this year. That might actually be too easy because 3 of them are almost done. I'm going to regret this, aren't I? 12 is a good number though, because that's 1 per month, even though it really hasn't been 1 per month. I can make 12 videos, it's not that difficult. Okay, and on top of this, I have 1 other YouTube goal, and that is that I've been thinking about buying myself an actual camera, so I'm not always filming on my phone. I always delay the decision of doing that. It's something I've wanted for a long time, and I always think like, well, I'm not really making any money from YouTube. I'm not expecting to make any money from YouTube anytime in the near future. So it doesn't feel like a good investment. But at the same time, it doesn't have to be an investment. This is my hobby. This is something that's fun and that I enjoy doing. It can just be something I get for myself because I want it. And I think it's gonna make making videos so much more fun, because think about how much cozy footage I can get with a proper camera, with a proper lens. Like, amazing. The problem with this one is I have no idea what sort of camera I want, and there's a lot of research involved in this decision because it's a really big purchase and I want to make sure I get the right one for me. So possibly I want this to be a higher priority to just making videos because it's something that I've put off for so long. I just want to do it. So I'm gonna put that down there, and then I'm hoping that the 3 new videos I make, that those will be done with the new camera. Okay, so those are my creative goals, and I'm just gonna take a quick look at my life goals and personal goals as well. I was doing so well with just doing workouts and being really fit at the start of the year, and then it went completely out the window when I got sick, and I sort of have tried getting back into it multiple times and I've always gotten derailed. And I think the goal that I had last year was really tough, and I've not been able to do it since. It was really good while it lasted, but right now, for the way my life is going at the minute, and honestly how often I've been getting sick, it just doesn't seem feasible. So I think what I'm going to do is make this a smaller goal than what I wanted, but try and actually accomplish it this time. So we're gonna say I wanna do 3 workouts a week, and I want to actually make sure I'm doing this every single week. So I'll probably make a tracker for this afterwards so I can actually keep track of that. The other thing I'd like to do is, again, because I got ill while we were moving into this new flat, it's sort of like half moved in. And I know that I've already put up my moving in video, but there's things that we just never got around to. Like, we still don't have a coffee table. At the minute, I'm using my fan that I use in summer as a coffee table because it just lives next to the sofa. And I just like to just those last few bits that are missing, just make sure that we have a nice place to live. So I feel like I've properly moved in is gonna be the goal. And then I think the last thing that I want to prioritize is reading, because I've been really falling off that this year. I was reading quite a bit during the start of the year and then I just sort of stopped. I don't really like setting reading goals most of the time, but I think I just need something to just push me into starting to read again, and then hopefully after that I'll be fine and I don't need to set number goals. So, you know, I've got 3 months and the rest of the year, so I want to read 3 books. So this video is getting quite long, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm just gonna fill this in off camera and then I'll check back in with you and just really quickly show you how I've broken this down, and that way you don't have to watch me ramble for 3 hours straight. Welcome back. So nothing really too special about this. All I've done is go through each of these individually, and like the first one was finished draft 5. I'm currently halfway through part 2, so I just said, you know, the first month I'm gonna do parts 2 to 4, then 5 to 7, and then 8 and 9 in the last month. Writing experiment is something I do monthly, so that's just in all of the months. Art course, I'm gonna finish my current art course this month, or September and October, and then start and finish the new one during November and December. Then I've got 3 sketchbook spreads, so that's 1 each of the months. For the camera, I want to do research the first month, actually pick one and buy it the second month, and then learn to use it after that. And then I'm just reading 1 book every month, and I've broken out which videos I'm making at what point. So ideally, I want to buy the camera first before I make this new video, so that I'm not filming any more videos from my phone. But if this one's with my phone and then these 2 of my camera, I wouldn't be too mad about that. I think I'm happy with this. I think it's a bit ambitious, but that is the word of the year, so we're going for it. Thank you for joining me while I brainstorm through my goals for the rest of the year. If you want to do the same sort of thing and just really try and prioritize the next 100 days of the year and try and get everything that you want done before the year ends, feel free to let me know, and feel free to let me know what you're prioritizing and what you'd like to do at this time. If you want to push yourself this next 100 days, then absolutely great for you and go for it. But also remember that you don't have to, that it's okay to take time off if you need it, and just be gentle with yourself. You can be productive and cozy at the same time. Thank you so much for watching. I will be seeing you very soon for this one. Bye bye.